Hello, welcome to Video Mania 2. I'm the man behind the counter, Duncan, and today we're going to shift gears a little bit and talk about some creature features that I like watching during the summer, and I think a lot of people do too. And this one is from 1999, and it's called Lake Placid. Bad lighting there. Starring Bill Pullman, Bridget Fonda, Oliver Platt, and Brendan Gleeson. And it's directed by Steve Miner. Now this movie is offbeat in a way because there are some really quirky characters in a pretty conventional creature story. It's about a lake in Maine, and there's a 30-foot crocodile, and so they have to find a way to capture it. But what makes this kind of work is it is a comedy in a lot of ways, but it's a different kind of comedy. It's not really, typical raunchy humor really so much, but it's just really offbeat humor. Sometimes it takes a little bit to get used to, but it's really different. I think what makes this movie really work is because of the different quirky characters and how they interact with this giant crocodile. Now, here everybody does a really great job. Now, it starts out, the sheriff, played by Brendan Gleeson, is out with a diver, and he just wants to tag some beavers and do some ecological studies and stuff. And then he gets bitten in half by something. He doesn't know what it is, so they call in Fish and Game, which that guy's played by Bill Pullman. His name's Jack Wells. And then they bring in Kelly from New York, and she's a paleontologist from New York. She works at a museum, but she was having a little thing with her boss, and her boss had an affair on her with her co-worker, so they shipped her out to look at the tooth from the body from that diver. So she's out there to get her out of their hair. So she's out there kind of on an adventure and kind of in over her head. And then we have the final one is Oliver Platt's like this professor, and he believes crocodiles are mythical, so he's there with all his scientific equipment and chopper. He's got a chopper to, help out, but he's a really weird dude. He plays Hector Sear, and he's really out there. I mean, he is not a conventional guy. So when they're trying to get away from the crocodile, they're arguing with each other, and the banter here is unique to say the least. And when I first saw this movie, I was never bored by it, but I didn't know quite what to make of it. But, after another viewing, I appreciate it for what it is. And I forgot to mention the late, great Betty White's in here, and she actually has an integral part to the plot, and she curses a lot, so that's what she does here, and she's funny too. So they go on this adventure to really capture this. Now, what really worked here and what I did like is it still had a nice, setting. It was kind of out in the woods in this lake. But one thing I did like is it wasn't complete over-reliance on CGI. There was CGI when necessary for like some sequences when the crocodile emerges and attacks. You need to use CGI, and it looks good for the most part. But then they also use animatronics, so there was, stuff that you could really see. So that really was nice here. It wasn't all just green screen and stuff, so it was really good. And the real standout here is Bridget Fonda. I miss seeing her in movies. She was very likable, and here she's very likable and in over her head, but having a lot of fun and trying to, just get away from what she's going on in her personal life to, go on this adventure trying to capture a 30-foot crocodile with some unconventional people, to say the least. So this movie was really out there. When it came out in the theater, it really didn't do much in 1999. No one really knew what to make of it because, you have a creature feature with cliched characters that are there to get eaten. And here, you get invested in the characters for all their faults and all, and they're all, this is an eclectic mix of people here. So it was really interesting to see how they interacted, and for this offbeat adventure that I've appreciated more with each viewing. And it's kind of picked up a following, like I said. It didn't do much at theaters, but on home video market, and I got the Blu-ray here. So anyway, let me know what you think of it in the comments, and I'll have a couple more creature features to talk about in the next couple days. And I'll see you next time. Thanks for checking.